now he's pardoning Cuellar, a Democrat. Why would he do that? Because Israel told him to do it, and he's Israel's bitch. That's why he did it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Israel got Trump to pardon a Democrat. As the Republicans are set to lose control of the House, Marjorie Taylor Greene's leaving, a bunch of other ones are leaving. They're going to lose control of the House for sure. And he's now making sure another. And if Cuellar wasn't there, a Republican would take his seat. Trump is making sure the Democrats hold that seat. Why would he do that? Israel told him. Trump is pardoning another criminal, but this time before he's even convicted. He's doing what Joe Biden did with Fauci and those guys. He's pardoning them before they even got a trial. This time it's a Democrat. So there it is, Trump's announcement of a pardon for Representative Henry Cuellar of Texas. It's wild for several reasons. Let's watch this. This comes from CBS News. It is wild for many reasons. I wonder how long. Well, let's watch.
Breaking news into the newsroom. The president has just announced a pardon for Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar. Break that down for me.
This is surprising for several reasons. Let me just list them in order. First of all, pardons are typically for people who've already been convicted in their cases, made some restitution, acknowledged their guilt, tried to make atonement for it. Henry Cuellar hadn't even gone on trial yet. I mean, typically that's for a jury to decide whether somebody should be absolved or found guilty. In this case, the president, as you see from that Truth Social post.
By the way, nothing says I'm innocent more than being pardoned before your trial. It's like guys getting someone to sign a prenup on your first date.
I like to have a trial with a prenup personally.
Yeah.
Has pardoned Henry Cuellar before the case even went to a jury, before it even went to trial. Henry Cuellar is a Democrat from Texas in a uniquely competitive district where the argument could be made Henry Cuellar, despite this legal matter, could be the only Democrat who could hold that seat. He's now been absolved and can safely run for re-election for the Democrats next year. The third issue here is this is a significant case. This is not jaywalking. Henry Cuellar is accused of acting as an illegal foreign agent on behalf of Azerbaijan while serving in the U.S. Congress, engaging in a bribery scheme along with his wife, who also appears to have been issued clemency.
So Henry Cuellar was taking bribes from a foreign country, Azerbaijan, which sounds bad, sure, but you have to understand Azerbaijan is the strategic energy partner of Israel.
Oh, well, then he's a good guy.
So he's a hero.
Yeah.
So Trump got that's what this is about. Trump got this. So that's what we're going to find out later. A lot of why Trump is going into Venezuela has to do with Israel. And now he's pardoning Cuellar, a Democrat. Why would he do that? Because Israel told him to do it. And he's Israel's bitch. That's why he did it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Israel got Trump to pardon a Democrat. As the Republicans are set to lose control of the House, Marjorie Taylor Greene's leaving, a bunch of other ones are leaving. They're going to lose control of the House for sure. And he's now making sure another. And if Cuellar wasn't there, a Republican would take his seat. Trump is making sure the Democrats hold that seat. Why would he do that? Israel told him.
Right. You don't get to know what the real parties are, ever.
That's right.
You see the name Imelda Cuellar on that Truth Social post. She was his co-defendant, Henry Cuellar's co-defendant in the case. That case now ends in the Southern District of Texas, where Henry Cuellar represents.
Really curious.
Really curious. I love that understatement by the news person.
I mean, it took me 3 seconds to look up the thing about Azerbaijan and Israel. You couldn't look it up? You're not that curious.
Of course, they're not going to tell you that, right? Yeah. So the CBS News is not going to tell you that, oh, yeah, he was actually working with Azerbaijan, which is a strategic energy partner with Israel.
Yeah, you know, Armenians are being killed by Azerbaijan now. And famously, like, that's where... It's all that pipeline shit, you know, where they had to make sure that
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it's just that.
Yes. So here's how CNN reported it. In 24, Cuellar and his wife were charged with accepting 600 grand in bribes from two foreign entities in an alleged scheme that took place from late 2014 through at least November 2021, according to the indictment. Cuellar has denied any wrongdoing. Trump's Truth Social post announcing the pardon include images of a letter from the Cuellar's daughters last month asking the president for compassion and clemency for their parents. Are you effing kidding me? What? And okay. Anyway, President Donald Trump, this guy sounds like a real Eric Adams anyway.
Yeah.
President Donald Trump announced Wednesday he's issuing a full and unconditional pardon to Texas Democrat Representative Henry Cuellar and his wife, Imelda, using a lengthy social media post to accuse the Biden administration of targeting political opponents, even within his own party. One of the clearest examples of this was when Crooked Joe used the FBI and the Department of Justice to take out a member of his own party after highly respected Congressman Henry Cuellar bravely spoke out against open borders and the Biden border catastrophe. So that's how he's trying to sell this to his supporters.
Yeah. And you know what? It might be because of that, but the guy's corrupt. You're never getting someone not corrupt. You're getting my gang's corruption is okay, and your gang's corruption is not okay.
Henry, I don't know you, but you can sleep well tonight. Your nightmare is finally over, Trump continued. Responding to the pardon on X, Cuellar thanked Trump for his tremendous leadership and for taking the time to look at facts. The pardon gives us a clean slate. The noise is gone. The work remains, and I intend to meet it head on. And I can't wait to start spending that 600 grand, eh?
Yeah, the bottom line is he did it, but I'm sure Biden was persecuting him, but Trump's going to overlook the bribery thing because it's a political opponent. He's not going to punish, by the way, Biden or Comey or any of these people.
Right, no, none of those people. No, yeah. Fauci, none of those. They're not, none of those.
There's no jail time coming. Bannon was wrong about that one, huh?
What's that? What did he say?
Bannon was like, oh, people better get ready for jail time. Remember everyone was Google searching painless self-ending methods and getting a lawyer because they thought there was going to be some retribution when Trump got in, and nothing happened.
The 11-term congressman who filed for re-election Wednesday as a Democrat has been likely to face a competitive re-election in a Trump-won district that Republicans are targeting, making the president's pardon a puzzling move as his party tries to defend its majority in 20. He's doing this because, as Kurt found out, I'm telling you, this is because of Israel. When it doesn't make sense, it's because of Israel. When Trump says Biden shouldn't be bombing Yemen, that we could solve this with a phone call, and then Trump bombs Yemen, the first thing he does when he gets in office, it's because of Israel.
They solved it with a phone call. Hey, Trump, bomb Yemen.
That's right. That's right. Asked Wednesday, Cuellar, if he'll change parties. He says, no, like I said, nothing has changed. And Cuellar said he did not cut a deal with the White House to earn the pardon. No, it came from Israel. No, he told, the congressman said he didn't know that it was coming, adding that he would go to a White House Christmas party next week and would thank the president personally. Maybe bring him a nice new ballroom gift, if you know what I'm talking about, right? New ballroom warning. You got 600 grand laying around. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries also dismissed questions about whether the congressman would leave the party. Henry Cuellar is a highly valued member of the House Democratic Caucus.
Oh, well, clearly.
And I expect, so when him and Trump, just like what George Carlin said, when it's bipartisan, there's some real fuckery coming your way.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries loves Israel, and he does his famous rapping speeches. That's how, to me, that cements it.
That cements
he goes,
it.
He's highly valued. Yes, by Israel.
Okay. Republicans have been eyeing Cuellar's Texas seat, and they look to pick up seats next year. He's targeted by a new map Texas Republicans drew this year, which is currently in limbo, awaiting a ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court. But the congressman has been remarkably resilient, surviving primary challenges from the left and continuing to win in southern Texas, even as Republicans have made gains with Latino voters, and the area has become less friendly to Democrats overall. In 24, Cuellar won by 5.6 points, even as Trump won his district by 7 points. The new version of Cuellar's district would have voted for Trump by more than 10 points. However, the new map also shifts some areas back into Cuellar's district that he had represented before the state's 2021 redistricting. Cuellar was first elected in 2004. He's among the most conservative Democrats in the House. He's long opposed abortion rights and has advocated for tougher border security. Cuellar voted Wednesday that he'd beat the far left in a primary. If they want to spend another $20 million, we'll win it. But this is a conservative district, and I'm going to win it. Okay, so here's Pamela Brown. House Minority Leader Representative Jeffries tells me that with Blitzer that President Trump's decision to pardon Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar was exactly the right outcome.
Yeah, Israel told him it's right, so it's good.
So, by the way, nowadays being conservative means you work for Azerbaijan. That's what being a conservative is?
Anybody Israel tells you, you just do it, buddy.
Okay, watch this.
President Trump has announced a pardon of the Texas Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar and his wife, who were charged with bribery. What's your response?
Well, Congressman Cuellar is a beloved member of the House of Representatives, loved in his community, particularly in Laredo. I've had the opportunity to spend time with him down in Laredo in South Texas. I look forward to that moving forward. Listen, the reality is this indictment was very thin to begin with, in my view. The charges were eventually going to be dismissed, if not at the trial court level by the Supreme Court, as they've repeatedly done in instances just like this.
So just to follow up on that, do you agree?
So why do you think Joe Biden's Justice Department prosecuted him, a sitting congressman in the Democratic Party? That's not your follow-up question? No, let's listen.
With the president's pardon here, do you think that was a good thing then?
I don't know why the president decided to do this. I think the outcome was exactly the right outcome.
Well, Congressman Cuellar, we should note, is one of a handful of House Democrats who sits in a district President Trump won in 2024. So now he has this presidential pardon. Have you had any conversations with the congressman about him potentially switching to the Republican Party?
I think Congressman Cuellar is a highly valued member of the House Democratic Caucus, and I expect that he'll continue to remain a highly valued member of the House Democratic Caucus.
What about re-election plans? Has he informed you of that?
No, I think the filing deadline in Texas is upcoming in the next few days. Many of the members of the Texas congressional delegation have yet to file for re-election. I expect that we'll see that happen in advance of the Monday deadline.
So that's the leader of the Democrats in the House. That's why I showed you that. He's the leader.
He's a real Joe Lieberman.
He's a real
Cuellar.
Trump pardons Democrat Henry Cuellar, who was indicted on bribery and money laundering charges. Cuellar sold out his district for $600,000 in bribes from a foreign government. Bribery and corruption is what both parties do best, and this pardon will only encourage more of it. And by the way, here's all the criminals that Trump has pardoned. With the pardon of Representative Henry Cuellar, who had been accused of bribery and corruption, President Trump has now pardoned 12 members of Congress, 10 Republicans and 2 Democrats. All but Cuellar had been convicted. So all these people had been convicted: insider trading, campaign corruption, lying to the FBI, extortion, bribery, tax evasion, corruption. They've all were convicted. Trump pardoned all of them because he wants you to know that crime does pay.
Well, you know, some of them, the Rod Blagojevich, I know there's some argument as to whether he should have been convicted. It could have been lawfare, but the point is, you don't get to ever know the real reason any of this happened.
That's right.
That's the main thing.
Here's Nick Cruz, who was just on with us, says Donald Trump pardons corrupt Democrat Henry Cuellar. The two-party system is a scam. We have a uni-party where the capitalist elite keeps sending a loud message that they are above the law. Exactly.
Yeah. That's how you know Trump sucked Clinton's dick, and that's real.
You want to hear?
Is there any better illustration of the one-party system than Trump blowing Bill Clinton and not putting Hillary in jail, like he said?
Didn't put Hillary in jail.
Yeah.
If you want to hear my jokes about that, come see me this Saturday in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I'll see you January 11th in Waikiki, Hawaii, or January 30th in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. You go anywhere else, you're going to pay more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. See you there. Come see me on tour in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Waikiki, Hawaii, and the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.